Hello all my natural beauties and welcome back to my channel. My name is Bibi and I'm here to help you fall in love with your skin again. Now the building behind me is the Museum of Islamic Art here in Doha Qatar, and yes, I'm going to be visiting there today. So I thought I'd quickly pop on here and give you a brief history lesson on how beauty and skincare kind of came about to what we know today. So I'm going to try to keep it short because it is history and not a lot of people like history, and of course I am outside, so you'll be hearing the wind and birds chirping and stuff like that, so bear with me on that. But I just thought I would like to quickly give you a brief history, so let's start. Now obviously if you look back into where skincare and things like that started, it like always started with the Egyptians about 6,000 years ago, or if you would like to, 3,000 years BC. And everybody knows Cleopatra liked her bathing in, of course, milk. However, that being said, it wasn't normal milk like you and me know milk. It was sour milk, so before you try and do that, just bear in mind it has to be sour milk. They were also the people that started exfoliation, of course, with sand, because, well, they basically lived in the desert. And they also incorporated things such as essential oils and things into their routines. And they're also the ones that started the whole trend of anti-aging, because Egyptians were really renowned for wanting to make their skin look very young. So they then started using an oil called fenugreek oil for the anti-aging, and they were also the first ones that moisturized the skin, of course, with aloe vera. Then we go into the 1700s to where the Chinese started as well, and they have always been well known for taking care of their skins and having great skins, where they would use cleansers with seaweed, which is still a very popular ingredient today, and also jellyfish. Not so popular, but yes, there are still ingredients from jellyfish that are used in skincare products. And they were also basically the first pioneers for pigmentation treatments, because they always wanted to have their skins fair and white. So they started using a mushroom, a songoi mushroom, which is really good for whitening, and that's kind of where your whitening pigmentation type of treatment started. Then of course you would go to the Greeks and the Romans, which more used essential oils and things like that for hygiene reasons. For their bathing, everybody, they had their public baths where they would all go and wash and things like that, but more for social reasons than anything else. But they also contributed a lot to the beauty industry and skincare as we know it today. So they would use herbs, of course, for the hygiene. They would use honey for moisturization. They would use crocodile dung, yes, crocodile dung, for their whitening purposes. And the Greeks and the Romans were really where your cold creams and your healing creams started developing, where they would use beeswax, mix it with a rose oil and water, then develop that cold creams, which is really soothing and healing. And then you went into the 1900s, where you started then getting your regulations, FDA approvements and things like that, and where you really start seeing your modernization of skincare as we know it, where you'll start getting your product houses like L'Oreal, Elizabeth Arden and Maybelline then starting to come into play, and then it developed into what we know today. So it's not something new, it's something that's been around quite some time. It's just been refined. A lot of the ingredients that were used 6,000 years ago are still being used. But yeah, that is beauty history in a nutshell. So I'm gonna head into the Museum of Islamic Art here and see what they have to offer. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends so they can have a brief history as well. Of course, subscribe so you can be updated when I load again. But until I see all my natural beauties again, have a lovely day and I'll see you all soon. Goodbye.